Hello everyone, in this video I will be reviewing all the cheap tech products I've gotten for cheap and that were obviously brand new and which were in brick and mortar stores in my series Fanboy Tech Hauls, and I will also be making an announcement about the series at the end of this video, so without further ado, let's get into the reviews. The first two items I got from the series is this Griffin power bank and the speaker light and MP3 combo named the SoundLogic XT. Both items which I bought from CVS back in June 2021, 1 year and 2 months ago as of making this video. The SoundLogic XT is not working anymore, as I can demonstrate with this. Like, the animation doesn't finish playing, and whilst it could be that it might not just be charged, it was doing this last night too, and besides, it uses this really weird connector. Looks like micro USB or mini USB, but it is not either of those. So, but as you can tell from that audio sample, it didn't sound very good anyways. And even in my initial review, the light function of it just wasn't that great, which is why I just decided to go ahead which is why I can't really recommend anybody go buy a speaker. It was only 32 bucks, but it just wasn't that great of a deal, and again, it just does not sound very good. It sounds loud, but the audio doesn't sound very high quality. However, this Griffin power bank, on the other hand, was actually a cracker of a deal. It was pretty cheap, though. At least this is coming from a known company, so you know this wasn't going to short out your phone when using it. However, I can't really use this because it only has USB-A ports, and I need USB-C because most of my chargers are USB-C, and so yeah, but overall I recommend this power bank as long as your primary cables are USB-C, and obviously USB-A ports are these kinds of connectors. USB-C is the more flat and short end that is also reversible, and it's the connector that's used in Samsung phones now, most Android phones now. So yeah, so these are our first two items that I bought in Fanboy Tech Hauls. The third item that I bought in my Fanboy Tech Hauls series is this RGB backlit gaming keyboard that is a Level Up brand, and I got this at Walgreens for $20 because I was looking for a wired keyboard for my Windows 7 desktop, which you can see a little bit of in the background. So the only issue that this has is that the left control key is fallen out, but that is actually just because one of my cats knocked it out and several months ago, and no one can ever find it again. However, one thing that I do get driven nuts by is that this is not a mechanical keyboard, as you can tell. However, the keys, I mean, this still types like a mechanical keyboard, which I don't really like because it's just so loud and has so much key travel that it's not that fun to type on. And in case you're wondering why this keyboard is so dirty, it's because one of my cats vomited on this back in April, and obviously my cats walk on my desk, so hence fur gets on it. So yeah, that's why my keyboard is so dirty. But yeah, that's about it for this keyboard overall. I can't recommend people go buy it just because, I mean, this keyboard is very outdated. I mean, look at it. Even the start buttons are still the Windows 7 style ones instead of the updated Windows 8 and above style ones. So yeah, that is what I have to say about the keyboard. Now, another item that I purchased at Five Below in my tech haul, or for one of the items that I purchased at my Five Below tech haul back in September 2021, was this LED light bulb that changes color. However, this again isn't that great. I mean, it is small, so as you can tell, if I zoom back out from a distance, you can with bright colors, you can tell that there's a light on. This remote does not work great. I have to be literally right by the light, but as you can tell, if I try a darker color, like maybe this blue right here, as you can tell that you can't really tell that's on. So again, this light bulb is just very small, and I mean, Like I can't use the switch on my lamp to turn it on. Like that does basically nothing. Or it actually does, but you still have to, but again, that's only if you don't turn the light off. But and the remote, of course, doesn't really work. So overall, I can't really recommend this bulb. People go out and buy this light bulb just because it's so cheap. And I also haven't used it since September until now, so I just go to show you how kind of useless this is. And yeah, the only item that I actually got from any of my Fanboy tech hauls that is used besides my keyboard is actually this speaker. Now it is dead, so I can't show an audio sample. It needs to be charged, and this is basically a shower speaker, or this is a shower speaker, I should say. And it has controls so that way you don't have to worry about getting your phone. You can even use phone or respond to phone calls with it. And so, it uses a suction cup on the back, which, I mean, this is a pretty good speaker. However, the only problem is that I've actually heard this speaker before, and again, just like the last speaker, sounds way too loud, and the audio is not high quality. Or it's not too loud, I should say, but the speaker's audio, the audio just isn't high quality. So I definitely recommend that you, even though this is $5, I still recommend that if you want one of these, I highly suggest getting one similar to this, though definitely pay a little more, because, I mean, look at this, the button architecture, there's no way this is, well, it probably is waterproof, but I don't know how this, it's waterproof, never mind about that. And I meant to say it probably couldn't be waterproof because these buttons, and those two items that I got from my September 2021 Five Below Tech haul are the only ones that my family still has. The shower head my family never even installed, and I have no idea what that is. And the 5-in-1 pen also got lost, and the flexible phone stand that I got also got lost. Well, that was dead on arrival, and so I threw that away. And I also threw away the box for my case that my other speaker came in, which is how come you couldn't hear the sound, which is how come I couldn't charge that up to verify, even though I'm sure it's probably just bad hardware and still cheap regardless. And so yeah, that's basically all my Fanboy tech hauls. After that, just basically became about me going to my used tech market and buying like Apple products and Samsung products and whatnot, and so that doesn't exactly qualify. And now I don't do that series anymore, but I'm going to actually explain why I won't be doing the series anymore now. First reason why I decided to not do any more Fanboy tech hauls is because it's honestly a waste of money. Now, back when I originally started the series in 2021, I didn't have really a consistent job, so hence I couldn't, well, I don't have a formal job, but I didn't have a consistent job, so hence, because I had collected all the Apple products that I wanted to, or at least most of them that I wanted to at the time, what else would I do with my money rather than go out and get all this cheap tech? But now I have a high enough paying job that I can think about buying more stuff like an Apple Watch Series 8 Pro, even though now my school's policy on Apple Watches is making me reconsider that decision. And another reason why is just because I'd rather spend my money on more awesome Apple tech and such, rather than blow all my money on cheap tech that is going to break within 1 or 2 years and won't even last.
So, my first thought is that honestly, a lot of YouTubers do videos about cheap tech, and that honestly isn't, and they obviously unbox it and say, oh yeah, this is good. However, a lot of these tech reviewers don't do is they don't do long-term reviews of cheap tech, which is where they try to get you on the companies making this cheap tech. As for example, when I was at the used tech market back in April, I actually found found a tablet for $12 that was initially a cheap Walmart budget tablet that sold for around 60 bucks. And yet it was very slow and it just didn't really work at all. And it also had many weird software glitches. And so, hence, whilst this cheap tech may look cool and gimmicky now, in 5 years it'll probably be the $12 Android tablet.
Long, anyways. As I said in my, I think, fourth episode of my podcast. Yeah, it was my fourth episode of my podcast, which the video version is linked down below in the description, by the way. I stated that my Tattoo Heroes, my co-host, and I were just talking about sheep products in general and how they just don't last. Like, seriously, just get more expensive types of these products, like more expensive waterproof speakers, more expensive speakers in general. Like, just spend more money, and obviously make sure you know that you're not just flat out overpaying, but just don't. But that's overall the theme of cheap Chinese tech, and that's why I don't really want to do fanboy tech calls anymore. And so, with that all being said, thank you all for watching this video. As always, I'm the iTunes fanboy, and peace out.